So the first bit of news is from the guys at Mantic Games. They have announced that in October of this year, they're going to be bringing to the tabletop Kings of War 3rd Edition.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a revamp and a tweak of their well-loved set of rules for mass battle gaming. Some of the big things that came out in their announcement that they put out last week were that the Northern Alliance are going to become a proper army within the world. There's also going to be supplements that are going to be adding to this, taking the number of armies you can actually use from around 14, 15 up to 26.
26? Wow.
So going to be a whole bunch of new army lists in there as well. On top of that, there's a whole bunch of new lore and everything for the world that was previously known as Mantica and is now known as Panathor. So if you want to delve into that world a little bit more, find out a bit more about the factions and see where the story is taking things for the heroes there's some really good options in there too. One of the big things that I'd always suggest when it comes to Kings of War is that, because obviously there's a lot of fantasy games out there right now, lots of rule sets that exist out in the world, but when it comes to Kings of War, they've done some pretty good stuff, Mantic Games have, where they've tied it into the likes of Kings of War Vanguard, which is their skirmish game, and also Dungeon Saga, which is their role-playing sort of dungeon delver game as well. There is also a role-playing game coming out too, which is pretty good. So there's plenty of opportunities to delve into the world of Panathor and sort of explore it in various different ways through different games.
I'm so glad they've changed the name from Mantica.
Yeah, as soon as I heard Panathor, it was just like, wait, Mantica? No? What?
Yes, finally, it's been changed. Because I just couldn't take Mantica seriously.
It always has been a solid rule system, though, and each time they've done an iteration, so they went from first to second, they did refine it a lot, so I'm very curious to see what they're doing to streamline and tighten the game up even more.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. But, just because a rule set changes, though, it doesn't necessarily always mean that it gets tighter.
I don't know. For Mantic, I expect it to be a refinement. I mean, it's only Workshop is the only company I see that as they bring out a new edition, it's a complete flip on its head, rebuild the engine. You know, unless it's a company like the guys over at Warcradle who are taking older game systems and re-engineering them to release them as something new.
Yeah. Well, we'll wait and see.
Yeah.